Welcome to Nightfall Whisper Tales, where powerful, imaginative stories are transformed into calm, cinematic sleep worlds. Here, you will find gentle journeys through enchanting lands, perfect for those seeking restful sleep or a peaceful escape. If you love dreaming your way into another world, remember to like and subscribe to support new bedtime adventures each week. Your dreams help grow our tale-spun community. Tonight's story opens The Tower of the Swallow, Part 1, Ciri's Escape. In this soft, reflective retelling, we follow Ciri through moonlit forests and silent dangers as she searches for hope. Let the slow, soothing narration guide you through her struggles, while you let go of your day and drift gently towards sleep. Settle in and listen as her journey unfolds under the cover of night. Chapter 1. Under moonlit shadows, the world lies wrapped in silver hush, the forest quietly breathing beneath the moon. Ciri, heart pounding and breath trembling, runs between ancient trees. Her name flickers through the leaves, whispered on the cool wind. Every step is shadowed by uncertainty, but hope courses through her veins. The night is still except for the soft rhythm of her escape, the soothing rustle of leaves offering comfort in the darkness. A gentle mist clings to the branches, sparkling where moonlight touches its edges. Each footfall Ciri makes is muffled, scarcely a sound in the sleeping wood. Her thoughts flutter wildly, yet amidst the fear she draws strength from the quiet beauty surrounding her. The cool midnight air soothes her flushed skin, while distant owls sing to the stars. She runs, guided by hope more than fear, longing for safety beyond the trees. Behind her, shadows play at the very edge of her senses, uncertain but persistent. Though she cannot see her pursuers, she feels their presence pressing closer. Yet the forest is her ally-light's secret paths folding around her, cloaking her in whispering leaves and silvered fog. Ciri's heart flutters with uncertainty, but each breath brings resolve. Even in flight, she finds a strange serenity, as if the woods themselves urge her to keep running toward dawn. Chapter 2. The Outlaw's Embrace. As dusk settles over tangled branches, Ciri's weary steps slow in the hush of the woodland. Her heart beats with both caution and the ache of exhaustion. Among the dense undergrowth, shifting shadows resolve into figures outlaws with wary eyes and quiet movements. Uncertain but too tired to run, Ciri lingers at the edge of their firelight, the air tense yet holding the promise of reluctant understanding. In the gentle glow of the campfire, Ciri's guard remains high. The outlaws, each marked by the hardships of their own exile, observe her with curiosity and quiet intent. No words are needed at first, only the steady crackle of burning wood fills the silence. She senses their hesitation, like hers, weighing friendship against survival. Yet, beneath their hardened looks, a faint, unspoken sympathy begins to swell toward the newcomer. As the hours pass, slow conversation stirs. Names are shared quietly in the hush of night, rough voices softened by the flicker of flames. Ciri listens as stories of lost homes and difficult choices are traded like fragments of shelter. She recognizes the shapes of her own loneliness mirrored in their tales. With every shared glance, the bitterness of the wild slowly gives way to a cautious sense of belonging. The night deepens, and with it, a fragile trust unfolds. A worn blanket is offered, a meager bowl of stew passed to her hands. In these small gestures, Ciri's weariness thaws though not yet gone. The outlaw's laughter, muted but real, drifts through the darkness. The stark cold in her bones is slowly replaced by the simple warmth of acceptance, one that settles gently around her like the night's calm embrace. Ciri gazes into the fire, its shifting light painting hope across faces once hardened by fear. Though uncertainties linger, in this quiet camp she finds the brief comfort of shared purpose. The rhythm of soft voices and the gentle crackle of logs form a lullaby against her restless heart. For a while, she lets herself be part of their fragile fellowship, hope flickering quietly in the darkness, patient and enduring. Chapter 3. The Whispering Pines. Beneath a velvet sky, Ciri and her companions slip quietly among the ancient pine trees. Each step is careful, measured by the silver beams of moonlight that guide their path. The wind carries not only the scent of earth and needles, but also hushed voices' gentle whispers blending with the shifting branches. Night deepens around them, and their journey becomes as silent and secret as a lullaby. The forest feels alive as stories are shared in low, comforting tones. Ciri presses forward, listening to the soft chorus of voices, legends from distant lands woven with the rhythm of their steps. Shadows stretch long and quiet around them, offering a veil of protection. Each whispered word seems to ease her burdens, turning anxiety into hope beneath the shelter of pine boughs. Moonbeams dance gently between the trunks, painting shifting patterns on the mossy ground. Ciri's cloak catches the cool night air, its edges brushing softly against the undergrowth. Above, needles shiver with every faint breeze, mirroring the tremble of her thoughts. Yet, safety lingers here wrapped in the harmony of ancient trees and newfound friends. Her fears recede into the hush of the woodland night. The footsteps of the small group become a lull, rising and falling with the natural song of the woods. Sometimes a companion shares a memoria tale of survival or forgotten Magishish voice, low and slow, as if afraid to disturb the sleeping forest. These stories ripple through Ciri's mind, offering solace as they travel deeper into the night, the path unfolding softly beneath the pines. Away from the troubles that follow her, Ciri allows herself a moment to breathe, to trust in the comfort of shared silence and gentle words. The whispering pines cradle them, their branches swaying in quiet understanding. Every legend spoken beneath their canopy becomes a lullaby of hope. With every step, Ciri feels the warmth of belonging, even as darkness gently guards their passage deeper into the secretive moonlit forest. Chapter 4. Memories beneath the stars. Ciri lies awake, the hush of the forest gentle around her. Above, the stars peek through tangled leaves, casting soft silver webs across her face. Sleep dances just out of reach, and she lets her thoughts drift with the rustle of the night. Memories begin to stir, quietly surfacing, moments from her past that glide in and out with the cool forest air. A gentle ache tugs at Ciri's heart as echoes of childhood play beneath the stars. Laughter of friends long gone ripples through her mind, comforting, bittersweet, as if she might turn and glimpse familiar faces among the shadows. Each memory flickers like distant candlelight, guarded by the patient hush of midnight. With every slow breath, fragments of warmth and belonging float through her, tender and fragile as the night itself. She remembers the touch of hands that guided her, voices that soothed away her fears. Gentle words whisper through the leaves, winding around Ciri like a soft embrace. The pain of loss stirs, but so does a quiet comfort. Here, in the stillness, she finds a safe harbor from loneliness. The stars above seem to watch knowingly, carrying her secrets, while the memory of lost friends nestles gently at her side. In this tranquil moment, the sounds of the forest cradle her thoughts, an owl's distant hoot, the rustle of small creatures deep in the underbrush. As Ciri gazes upward, her memories move softly within her, washed by moonlight and threaded with hope. With each breath, she releases a little of her sorrow to the night, feeling it whisked away gently, leaving behind the healing hush of the midnight woods. Guided by the shimmering constellations, Ciri lets time swirl quietly around her. Each memory blends with the cool night air, settling in her heart as gentle reminders of who she is and where she has been. With the stars as her silent companions, she finds peace between remembering and dreaming, and at last, her mind grows still, drifting softly toward rest beneath the sighing boughs of the ancient forest. Chapter 5. The Weight of Names. In the gentle hush of night, Ciri listened as the outlaws spoke in low voices around their campfire. She heard her name drift from lip to lip, wrapped in stories, rumors, and the traces of hope or fear. As their words mingled with the crackle of flames, the truth settled in Ciri's heart. She was no longer just a girl on the run, but something more. In the shadows of the woodland camp, Ciri considered what it meant to hold such weight. Legends and destiny seemed to gather at her feet, making her name feel heavy and strange. She longed for quiet anonymity, to simply be herself, but the stories grew with every whispered discussion. Each syllable of her name echoed with longing and expectation, shaping the path she walked, shaping even the dreams that visited her when sleep finally came. Outside the reach of the campfire's light, Ciri traced her name softly in the dirt. She remembered the times when it was spoken with warmth, a gentle call, a sign of belonging. Yet tonight it felt distant, almost unrecognizable. Shadows danced around her, stirred by cool wind and unease. She wondered if a name could ever truly belong to someone, or if it was always borrowed, always shaped by others before returning to rest upon the soul. Night whispered secrets in the hush of the trees, and Ciri's heart ached for something genuine, something untouched by fear or hope. The outlaw's voices faded into silence, and she breathed in the stillness, steadying herself. The weight of her name felt lighter for a moment as she remembered her mother, her childhood laughter, and all the little joys that made her who she was beyond legend. Wrapped in a blanket beneath the endless sky, Ciri closed her eyes. Her story was swirling around her, bringing hope and danger in equal measure. She made a quiet promise to herself to remember who she truly was beneath the stories. Even as fate and legend closed in, she would strive to carry her name gently, shaped most of all by the courage she found within her own heart, under the quiet stars. Chapter 6. Moonlit Confessions. The camp settles into gentle quiet as embers glow beneath a velvet night sky. One of the outlaws sits beside Ciri, his voice no longer brash but soft, reflective. He begins to share a memory from his past, a story not of glory but of longing and loss. In the hush between their words, a sense of understanding flickers, as if kindred spirits are woven together by the moonlight. The outlaw's story drifts slowly through the darkness, painting images of a life shaped by choices and regrets. His tone is patient, his words measured, carrying the quiet ache of secrets finally set free. Ciri listens, the burden she carries lightened by the weight of another's truth. Between them hangs a gentle acceptance, as if their struggles are threads pulling them closer, each sigh blending into the hush of midnight air. Ciri, in turn, lets her own voice enter the space between stories. She speaks softly, sharing fragments of her journey, the loneliness, the flickers of hope, the pain she hides from the world. The outlaw's eyes are kind, never judging. For a moment she feels the armor around her heart begin to soften. The night holds them both, their confessions braiding together in the silvery sweep of shadows. Moonlight drizzles through the leaves, illuminating faces that have rarely known peace. As the outlaw tells of dreams once cherished and lost, Ciri finds herself drawn into the gentle rhythm of his story. Their words sway in the cool air, neither rushing nor searching for answers. In the safety of this quiet, the pain of old wounds ebbs, replaced by a rare, fragile comfort that lingers with each shared secret. As the fire dies to glowing coals, a silence settles between Ciri and the outlaw. It is not awkward, but soothing, a sign of trust gently earned. Side by side beneath loyal stars, their fears and memories entwined, they discover a kinship shaped by survival and small hopes. The dawn will bring uncertainty, but for now, their stories are as safe as the moonlight bathing the sleeping world. Chapter 7. The Hounds in the Dark. The world is hushed beneath a blanket of shadows, where every branch and leaf seems to cradle secrets. Tension ripples quietly through the forest as a distant howl rolls across the night. Ciri presses forward, guided by the silent shapes of the outlaws. Each footfall blends with the heartbeat of the woods, wrapped in a careful, anxious hush that makes the darkness feel endless and slow. A low, haunting baying rides on the wind, close but somehow a world away. The forest becomes a maze, thick with mist and old roots. Ciri's breath clouds the air as she slips through the trees, every sense drawn taut by the sound behind her. The rhythm of the chase is slow and dreamlike, anxious yet muted, as if time is melting beneath the pressure of the coming dawn. Soft silver light filters through the branches above, painting patches onto the forest floor. The outlaws move in quiet unison, keeping Ciri safely in their midst. Hounds thrash somewhere in the distance, their voices muffled by fog and foliage. The narrator's tone calms the nerves, transforming each hurried heartbeat into a slow pulse, a steady guide through the folds of the night, where fear is present but hope lingers. Shadows slide over Ciri's path, and time feels stretched between each footfall. The group slips deeper into tangled undergrowth, almost invisible. Somewhere behind, the echo of barking chills the air, but among the sleepers, peace is gently woven. The chase fades in and out, mist and memory blurring together. The gentle cadence of the storyteller's voice turns anxiety into soft suspense, lulling nerves with lyrical night-bound comfort. Ciri catches a glimpse of starlight glimmering on a puddle, a fleeting anchor in the dim. For a moment, the hounds' voices sound further away, swallowed by distance and fog. The outlaws pause beneath an ancient tree, hearts pounding in the quiet. Night settles over them with a protective hush, and the narrator's soothing tone assures that, through every threat and shadow, the warmth of hope remains, slow, steady, and unbroken. Chapter 8. Shelter of the Willow Grove. As the first hints of dawn reach the horizon, a quiet miracle appears before the weary group. Drooping willow branches laden with silvery dew form a gentle curtain around a hidden clearing. The world grows still in this secret place, the chaos of the night melting into the softest breath of morning. In this moment, safety gently surrounds them, offering shelter and the hope of reprieve. Here, inside the willow grove, the air feels thick with calm and a hush falls over all. Every footstep is muted by a blanket of grass, every sigh lost in the rustle of leaves. The characters gather close, sharing what little bread they have and savoring the simplest joys. A rare smile passes between them, a silent bond forming in the cradle of secluded peace, away from the dangers of the outside world. Dewdrops glisten on slender leaves, catching the rising sun in delicate sparks, as if the morning itself is blessing their refuge. The group sits together beneath the cascades of green, exhaustion finally softened by the presence of safety. Outside the grove, trouble may still prowl, but for now, only the calling of distant birds and the gentle trickle of water fill their dreams. Time seems to slow within the willow's shelter, every heartbeat heavy with relief. Ciri listens to the quiet and feels the weight of her fears lift, replaced by a fragile serenity. Conversation is low and easy, spent recounting small memories or simply sitting in silence, letting the soft light relax tight muscles. For a few precious hours, the world is reduced to green shade, gentle company, and the subtle comfort of being spared. As the morning unfolds, the sense of safety deepens, wrapping the group in the willow grove's quiet embrace. This fleeting sanctuary is marked by the sharing of bread, the sound of laughter like wind, and the knowledge that such peace may not last. Still, every member lets themselves rest, storing strength for the journey ahead, cherishing this fragile beauty that exists only in the hush before the day truly begins. Chapter 9. Silent Farewells. Under the shadow of ancient pines, the night feels heavy with unspoken words. Ciri stands apart from the outlaws, her breath mingling with the mist, keenly aware that one friend will not be riding beside her anymore. Every sound is muted, as if the forest itself honors the sorrow of this goodbye. Sadness lingers, the silence wrapping around them like a gentle final embrace. Soft lantern light glimmers on the faces gathered at the edge of the clearing. Ciri steps forward, her voice quiet but steady, offering words meant to soothe and remember. She thanks her companion for laughter shared and dangers braved, letting gratitude hang in the air like dust motes caught in silver moonlight. The moment stretches, tender and slow, inviting everyone to honor the bond formed, even as it slips quietly away. With each slow heartbeat, memories rise like fog around their feet, whispered jokes by the fire, shared dreams spoken beneath the stars. The friend she now parts with stares at the earth, unable to meet her gaze. A delicate promise escapes through trembling lips never to forget. The campfire's warmth seems distant, and each step apart is as gentle and inevitable as falling leaves settling quietly, never to return the same. Ciri feels the hush that follows, a sacred silence draped over the outlaws. Her friend lost now to either danger or despair grows smaller in the distance, footsteps muffled by soft earth. She fights back the ache of loss, choosing instead to remember the kindness and courage found in those fleeting days together. Her hope for their safety whispers in the wind, carried beyond reach but held close in her heart tonight. As the night deepens, Ciri lingers in the memory of her farewell. Grief settles softly, not sharp but gentle, edged with thanks for the journey shared. The world feels quieter now, the outlaws subdued, each carrying their own silent farewells in the darkness. Ciri presses on into the unknown, her spirit fortified by love and sorrow interwoven, each loss, each goodbye, planting seeds of resilience in her path forward. Chapter 10. The River's Reflection. Dawn breaks gently across the meadow as Ciri sits quietly beside a meandering river. The water glimmers softly, reflecting both the sky above and the troubled thoughts within her. There is a hush in the air, the beginning of a sacred pause. Here her doubts and hopes swirl together, trembling on the river's surface, as nature's calm cradles her in its silent understanding. The morning light is delicate, pale and uncertain, much like Ciri's heart as she studies the shifting ripples at her feet. Each reflection is tender and fleeting, hinting at memories she holds close and fears she tries to let go. The world around her moves slowly, and time itself feels reluctant to disturb her quiet vigil by the water's edge. It is a place for gentle introspection, untouched by haste. With a soft sigh, Ciri draws her knees close, fingers playing absent-mindedly with blades of dew-damp grass. The narrator's voice, smooth as river stone, floats in the hush, suggesting Ciri let the water carry away her heavy thoughts. Soft encouragement lingers between words, coaxing her to seek clarity, to trust that healing and hope can be found even when uncertainty clouds the future. Slowly, Ciri's breathing matches the river's peaceful rhythm, each inhale and exhale a tiny wave against the shore. Fleeting worries rise, then vanish, carried away by the gentle current. The promise of comfort is woven through every moment, warm and unobtrusive. In this space, the river becomes more than a mirror. It is a quiet companion, patient and wise, inviting Ciri to simply be. As sunlight grows golden and comforting, Ciri's reflection gathers definition. She sees both the strength she has lost and the hope she yearns to reclaim. It is here, in this silent exchange with the river, that a fragile peace whispers to her, reminding Ciri that healing often begins when we are willing to sit with ourselves in stillness and let gentle voices welcome the dawn. Chapter 11. Huntsman's Shadows. A whisper rustles through the hush of the trees. Word has reached the group. Those who hunt Ciri are closer than ever, their shadows slipping between the trunks. Even in the gentle half-light of dawn, tension weaves through every careful footstep. With hearts beating quietly, they gather their things, eyes searching for the safest paths, needing to vanish again into the sheltering gloom of the forest. The forest, usually a place of solace, now carries an undercurrent of danger. Every bird call sounds sharper, and the wind seems to carry secrets. The group moves together, trusting the safety hidden in the mist, steps hushed and intentions clear. Ciri draws a steadying breath, her resolve buoyed by the calm courage in her companions' faces. Hope flickers like the moon filtered through ancient leaves, fragile but alive. As they slip quietly over roots and moss, the narrator's calm voice guides their journey, painting each movement with gentle reassurance. The path twists, half lost beneath thorn and fern. Behind, the threat presses forward, unseen but felt. Ahead, cool shadows promise refuge, but every step demands vigilance. Their silence is deliberate, a shield against pursuit, while their unity lends them strength under the ever-watchful gaze of twilight. Night deepens, wrapping the forest in a velvety hush that is both comforting and unnerving. The group carves their way through darkness, away from danger's approach. Each member clings to the belief that safety lies just beyond the next rise in the earth. The world beyond the trees feels impossibly distant, but together they carry forward a small light defying the gathering eclipse, their faith in each other quietly unbreakable. Moving with gentle caution, they listen to the woodland's subtle lessons, how to glide unnoticed, how to let fear pass without gripping the heart. Ciri's mind drifts to memories of brighter days, but she clings to the present, guided by soft voices and steady hands. Shadows lengthen as dawn approaches, and hope moves with them fragile, but glowing, like embers kept alive through the longest night. Chapter 12. Dreams of Sanctuary. In the gentle hush of night, Ciri finds herself wandering through the dreamscape of her mind. Here, the endless chase fades away, replaced by visions of peace and tranquility. The world softens, and for a moment, the troubles that weigh so heavily upon her slip into the mist. Ciri imagines a place untouched by fear, a harbor for her heart, where only kindness and quiet remain. Within this imagined haven, Ciri walks barefoot among soft grasses, the distant sound of water lapping against smooth stones. The sun is warm but never harsh, and shadows linger only to offer cool comfort. In this peaceful world, every breath she draws fills her with hope that one day such a place could be real, a resting place far from hardships and sorrow. She holds tightly to this gentle vision, a spark against the darkness. She envisions tender reunions, friends lost to the tides of fate gathering together beneath the branches of an ancient tree. Familiar faces smile with compassion, offering her the comfort she has so long been denied. Ciri's laughter, light and true, rings in the still air as memories become blessings. In this dream, love is not fleeting. It nestles in every quiet corner, promising a future where pain no longer chases her shadow. The sanctuary in Ciri's dream is built of trust and gentle promise. Every wall is laced with ivy, each doorway open to the sky. Night does not bring fear here, only the soothing song of distant birds and the safe embrace of a soft bed of moss. Ciri lets herself believe, just for this moment, that such a sanctuary might be more than a fantasy, that it waits for her someday in the waking world. As she rests in the embrace of this imagined haven, Ciri feels the ache of her journey begin to fade. Here, she is no longer hunted but cherished, not alone but held close by gentle arms. The slow pace of her dream allows her to gather strength, to remember that hope itself can be a sanctuary. Wrapped in this vision, she lets herself drift into a deeper, quieter peace, the world outside falling softly away. Chapter 13. Under the Swallow's Wing. The dawn is gentle, a silver mist curling over the quiet earth. Ciri stands alone, breath slowed and mind heavy, when a swallow flashes across her vision, a quick silhouette against softening skies. For a fleeting moment, she forgets the dangers lurking behind. The swallow is light, unburdened, fearless in flight. Its dance above brings a subtle warmth, hinting at freedom beyond shadow and fear. Ciri watches the swallow closely, its wings slicing through the pale morning air. The world feels hushed, as if holding its breath along with her. Though she carries invisible scars, the bird's resilience echoes her own. Each beat of its wings stirs a hope that had been buried beneath sorrow. The simple sight stirs her spirit, quiet but persistenta, gentle reminder that lightness can exist even in the most uncertain moments. The grass glistens with dew as Ciri draws inspiration from the swallow's effortless glide. She reflects on all she has survived. The cold, the wilderness, the hunt for, even now, beauty seeks her out and does not ask her to run. It feels as though the swallow shields her beneath its wing, if only in spirit, offering comfort as she faces another day. Amid struggle, small grace notes like this carry her forward. Ciri closes her eyes, letting the damp morning air settle her thoughts. The memory of the swallow stays with her, its freedom an anchor she clings to when darkness threatens. For her, the bird is not only a fleeting image, but a quiet vow, that even when paths twist and hopes seem fragile, she will continue on. Every soft beat of its wings is a promise that tomorrow still waits, quietly, gently, just beyond the mist. As the mist lifts, Ciri moves onward, her steps steady and heart lighter than before. The world has not changed, dangers remain at every turn, yet something essential has shifted within her. The swallow small, fierce and unbroken has become her guide, a symbol stitched into the fabric of her story. In the hush of morning, she finds peace, and within herself, the courage to greet another dawn. Chapter 14, The Road Beyond the Pines. Dawn broke gently as Ciri and her companions left the deep shroud of the forest behind. The air felt different here, lighter, as hope curled at the edges of each breath. The path ahead was unmarked and quiet, lined with the fresh promise of open fields. Every footstep away from the woods brought relief, and a sense that something quietly wonderful could begin again. Sunlight bathed the world in gold, and the grass whispered beneath their feet. There was a hush, as if the past night's trials were finally dissolving into memory. Ciri looked back only once, the pines now a distant line in the morning haze. With each heartbeat, courage gathered inside her, fueling her resolve. The certainty of a new direction gave everyone strength, and the journey felt lighter than before. They walked together, matching paces in silent understanding. Ciri's companions shared soft smiles and reassuring glances, gentle reminders that none of them were alone. The world beyond the pines was unfamiliar, but possibilities shimmered everywhere. Each step forward was a quiet celebration of freedom, the gentle rhythm of movement mingling with birdsong overhead, guiding them toward an unfolding story that waited just beyond the horizon. A breeze carried the scent of distant rivers and the faint promise of adventure. Ciri's thoughts wandered to the roads still unseen, the friends she had yet to meet, and the mysteries lying in wait among the hills. Here, every breath deepened her hope. The land rolled out before them, wide and peaceful, and their small group seemed cradled by the earth itself, moving onward, hearts quietly determined and dreams gently taking root. They journeyed on, guided only by instinct and trust in each other. The relentless shadows of the past faded with every mile, as laughter and soft words warmed the morning air. Ciri's resolve sharpened with every careful step into the unknown. Beyond the pines, the road was wide open, filled with possibilities and quiet wonders. And so, with a sense of belonging and hope, their story stretched patiently into the promise of another day. Chapter 15, A Quiet Hope at Nightfall. As night fell, Ciri nestled beneath the gentle canopy of ancient trees, her breath steady and calm. The hush of the forest wrapped around her, soft and comforting, as if the land itself sought to cradle her spirit. All day she had wandered now, the sounds of nighttime soothed her. In the fading light, Ciri allowed herself to relax, letting gratitude blossom gently in her heart. Her legs tapped beneath her, Ciri listened to the songs of tiny creatures hidden in leaf and moss. Every rustle, every chirp seemed to tell her that though the world changed, some quiet wonders remained. Overhead, the sky shimmered with the last light of dusk, stars beginning their slow dance. The ancient trees whispered above her, sending dreams drifting through their branches, inviting her soul to rest a while in safety. As her eyes fluttered closed, the warmth of the earth provided comfort deeper than words. Here, far from pursuit and peril, Ciri found a gentle peace. With every breath, she let her worries ebb away, flowing out into the cool night air. The old forest, keeper of so many secrets, seemed to promise that for tonight all would be well. Sleep crept in, soft as moonbeams, and she welcomed it. In her dreams, a quiet hope took root, a whisper carried by the wind, weaving through ancient roots and emerald leaves. Ciri saw herself not as a fugitive, but as part of a living world that wished her kindness. Night, once a time for fear, became an ally. Promises unspoken seemed to hang in the peaceful darkness, close enough to touch, and with them a promise that daylight would come bright and new. By the time the moon reached its highest place, the world held its breath gentle, serene. Ciri's sleep was easy, her small burdens lightened by hope. Through the hush, she found solace in the knowledge that even the most battered spirit can find rest and renewal beneath the sheltering arms of the wild. With every heartbeat, the night itself seemed to reassure her. Tomorrow, she could begin again.